Great, so next is the questions themselves. So you want to ask people for their opinion, and a really good thing to do is have a couple questions first off that don't necessarily matter. What do you do for a living? You can have some demographic data that you collect, which gets you in communication with the person and gets things rolling, so that by the time you actually get to the survey question, there's been a little bit of communication established between you and this person. The next step is then to get into your actual survey questions. And I provide some sample questions here that you're going to actually use to find some specific things out regarding the problems that people run into with your type of service and or product and the key benefits that they run into. So we're going to have you do those type of surveys so you can find out what you want to talk about when you're going to present what you do to others. Then you can take other information like the research that you've done regarding your competition and take a look at what can make you unique and different and stand out. And you should do all that other things that we talked about in You should do all the other things we talked about in the market research section so that you've got that data even before you write your survey questions. So you've got good information that you can put together and you're thinking with regarding your competition, the demographic, your target audience, all of those things, because those are all going to factor into who you ask the questions of and how you utilize the data that you're going to collect in this final part. So it's pretty exciting. You're going to end up with some great data on the primary problems that people are running into in the sales arena, that we call this a pain point or a goal, and what the benefits are, why people, how people value this. A lot of great salespeople talk about building on value. Well, you're going to find out what those values are that people take to heart regarding your type of product or service, and then you're going to be able to translate those into some sort of useful, maybe even the name of your company, or how you're going to present various advertisements and all sorts of things that you can then move into and utilize with regards to your company, your product, and your service. The other one point I want to make is you want to give a person a sufficient idea of what you're doing the survey for once they've agreed to it. So you want to give them a general idea before you even start the survey, and you can put this right in your survey form, of what kind of survey it is. So let's say, for instance, that you're doing a survey for an air conditioning company, right? And you're basically want to say, great, we provide cooling systems for people's homes, and we want to collect some data, some information on how we could best serve potential customers. Can we get your opinion? And so then you're off and running, and the person's thinking with what it is you're going to be asking them questions about, and you can phrase your survey questions like we've given below. So we've given you the basic questions below, and then we've also given you some examples of how we've rounded out those questions for a couple different products and service types. And then you can take that information and formulate your own questions, test them out on a couple people right here, and then hit the streets and start collecting your data. You want to get enough of a sampling so that you really know what the percentages are, and you should end up with questions that lead you in a definite direction, where a majority of the individuals are saying a certain type of thing, and you have something that really stands out as the key thing that you want to take advantage of or push or utilize in your later promotion. So there you go.